Today on Tips for Technicians, I'm going to show you what SNet is. SNet is a service tool, a software that I use. I have a computer, I have a piece of 16-AUG wire that connects to a converter box that Samsung uses to monitor, to change option code settings, and to look at the operational parameters of the unit while it's running. I'm going to show you, let's get started. A quick rundown. Right here on the computer is SNet Pro 2. Okay, this is the computer. And then on COM3, I've got my USB wire and then my SNet little converter box here. This is the converter box. I got the USB plugged into this terminal here, USB RS232. And then on the other side, I have the RS485. Now these two wires right here are gonna run from that box, and then they're gonna run into the F1 and F2 communication. See that? I've got a female spade and then a female spade, two female spades, and those connect to the wire. That wire is coiled up right there and goes into my box and back to my computer. Now check this out. So I come on here and I click on SNet Pro 2. It opens up, and then I have this screen. Now I'm going to open this up for you guys. Now on the left hand corner, you got the configure. Okay, check it out. Boop, hit that button. You're gonna choose your serial port to connect to. I've got COM3. Okay, I labeled mine. That's COM3. Now I'm gonna hit it, boom. Okay, what happens is once you choose that, you choose connect. What am I connecting to? Not R1 and R2, but F1 and F2. Set layer F1 and F2. As soon as I do this, it's going to start communicating. You're going to look in the right hand corner. That COM3 is going to start blinking green instead of just yellow. Now, automatically displays my outdoor unit info, but I can come down here and I can click on indoor unit installation data. I can click on outdoor unit cycle diagram. I can go up here and go to my controller. Watch. Go to my controller, come right here. I'm going to go ahead and turn the unit on cooling. Boop. Please select at least one indoor unit. Go up. I've got a ducted unit connected to the system. I'm going to go ahead and grab that. Boop. And I'm going to set the temperature for 67, 64. Cooling on. Okay, so I have SNet. I'm able to set the temperature. See, temperature set. Now I'm going to exit this. Now I'm going to go to indoor unit installation data. See, there's my product options, my installation options, and I can change those by going up here. Let's see, add-on. See where add-on is? Hit add-on, indoor option writer, okay? Outdoor EEPROM write. I can go to indoor option writer, and I can go down here and I can type in a new product code. Those installation product codes are going to be found in your service manuals, okay? Actually, your installation manuals that come with the equipment will have that as well. Let's go back to home. Now, I'm going to go down to outdoor unit. Sorry, this is a bit fuzzy, guys, but it's hard to get this on. So, outdoor unit data, check it out. Okay, so right now, the main EEV is at 480 steps, fan RPMs at 540. My compressor current's 1.4. Outdoor unit temperature is 78, discharge 123, compressor top 106, target discharge temperature is 122. Our discharge is 123. That means we're hitting our target, which is pretty good. Operational mode is normal. There's no error codes. Total indoor unit is 1. Now, I'm going to show you guys something pretty cool here. All right, we looked at the outdoor unit data. Let's look at the indoor unit data and then the indoor unit installation data. So look at this. I go to the indoor unit data, and I'm able to automatically see my evaporator inlet is 58, my evaporator outlet is 76. Now you want a really close temperature difference. Right now we know something's wrong with this unit, so I definitely need to check out the charge. I'm going to go to indoor unit installation data now. Bloop. Click on that. I showed you that earlier with product codes, but I didn't show you that there is error history displayed. Now watch this. I'm also going to show you how to get to the codes. Come down here. We checked out the outdoor unit installation data. Let's look at indoor unit installation data. I'm able to see all those installation options, but I'm also able to see error history. I've got error that is 163. Now, I'm going to show you how to get to that, error codes. But first, let's go down to indoor unit data. And go back up. I'm able to look at the evaporator inlet and outlet temperature, okay? Because there are sensors on the indoor unit. I'm using inducted. It says the inlet temperature is 58, the outlet temperature is 76. Now that right there is definitely something wrong because those temperatures need to be really close together, okay? You usually see like 5-degree difference in those. So there's something wrong with the charge. I got to check that out. But let me show you how to get to the error codes. So I go to help, okay? Oh, whoops, I hit my right. Okay, so help. All right, error codes, and then there's a manual. So you're actually, everything you need to know about SNET is in the manual. So you just check out the manual. But here we go. Error codes. Click on error codes, and then you're able to see we had an E163, it said. So click this. Indoor unit remote controller option input is incorrect, or missing outdoor unit EEPROM data error. So this is a little quick rundown on how to use SNET, which is a tool. It's a software tool for servicing. Anyways, don't forget there is manual. This was the configure button. Don't forget to choose your serial port. Make sure your USB matches up on the computer. And that's it, guys. Just want to give you guys a quick rundown. I love Samsung because I'm able to service them. That really makes a difference. I've got my gauges hooked up and I have added some refrigerant. Now the evaporator inlet and outlet are getting a lot closer. Evaporator inlet was 58, now it's 42. So it's 42 degrees on the evaporator's inlet, which is great. Outlet 59, so that's going to get a lot closer. Remember, if you go to charge one of these Samsung pieces of equipment, you need to factory charge it, okay? Because there's no other way to figure out the charge rather than factory charging, and make sure that you've got a fitting that'll work. I'll post the link in the description for the fitting that you need. So if you guys don't have one, you can purchase that. And don't forget your little SNET converter box. SNET Pro Tool, man, really helps.